Buenos dias, gente. Welcome back to GCTV, where we're definitely going to get it in. But before we do, man, hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bells on all so that way you're directed in the direction of all the dope content that I'm kicking all week. You know, something was brought to my attention. And being that I have a little bit of a little icky sticky and a little bit of tricky dance moves type history with this guy, I'm not here to throw anyone under the bus. I'm not here to disrespect or clown. But it was brought to my attention that an individual that I do have history with, definitely has been going through some motions, man. And it seems like the other day, he went through a situation that I've actually went through. And, so I wanted to give my little point of view, my little perspective on the situation. So without further ado, man, I'm going to let you guys listen in to what this individual has to say about, what he went through.
Yeah, so this is me and baby boy Emilio, my son, the handsome man, the golden boy. Hey, check it out. The other day, I don't respect gang members, Vacaville, young punks, trying to run up on me when I have Emilio, my daughter, and my son in the front seat with the baby mama. Very uncalled for. So, to all you fucking so-called gangbangers out there in Vacaville, find yourself running up on kids, coming at me on both directions like you're gonna rush my car. Very uncalled for. I have a fucking life and I have other lives in here. Little guys like this. You guys show no respect to that, you will have to answer to other people in this world. Other authority figures will handle your motherfucking ass and you will be deemed all bad in the world of a gang member and in the world of just a moralistic man. Nobody will look at you like you cool if you fuck with somebody.
Now, for those of you that don't know, man, that's that rapper Little Toro, right? From Vacaville, Brown Street. Who's supposedly not in the greatest of standings. Now, I had interaction with this guy a couple years ago, and it went all bad. It went all bad just based on a difference of opinions. It went all bad based on, what I felt he was, or what people showed me on paperwork, what he was accused of, some bad charges, things of that nature. I'm not here to bring up the past. I'm not here to drag the guy through the mud. I'm here to say one thing and one thing only. The situation that he seems to went through, being ran upon when you have your children in the car, that's a sticky situation, man. That's all bad. For any individuals that are taking it upon themselves to run up on guys, it doesn't matter if they're degenerates, dropouts, no good, you got action, you spot them, you got them. There's a time and a place for everything. You have to understand as a gang member, as a gangster, Holmes, you have to have some type of values and morals into what you do. There's got to be some types of rules and regulations in what you do, but the game has changed. You see, back in our days, we played by the rules, man. There were certain rules out there. You didn't harm civilians or women or children. And if you did, man, you were you were frowned upon. You didn't get respect for putting in work or for shooting in an occupied vehicle when there's children. You didn't get respect for doing drive-bys. You didn't get respect. You got respect, man, if you caught the motherfucker slipping. You guys had issues, you had problems, and you handled your business as a man, as a grown man, face to face. All right, you got that coming. But if you did any slick shit, shot a motherfucker in the back when he's running away, things of that nature, Holmes, you're not going to get no brownie points for that. You're not going to get no stripes in the hood or the bottom for that. That right there is going to be frowned upon, most definitely, to those that it matters to. Now, this guy's talking about, he got ran up on with his children in the car, his daughter and his newborn son. And one thing I could say is I could identify with the plight, man. I could identify with that. I did a video, I think about a year back, Tap In, where I talked about, I was in Winton and I was mobbing through with my baby's mom and my kids. And at the same time, some individuals, some other Norteños that I had beef with. This was back on when Red on Red was really happening. They were from the north side, me being from the west side. Those were our enemigas. They caught me slipping and they put the strap to my head. They put the strap to my baby girl's head. And they definitely felt some type of way. And I just had to grit my teeth, bite my tongue, homie, and take it. Now, at the end of the day, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a pill you must swallow if you want your kids to live. If you want to live to be the parent for your kids. I was feeling some type of way. Of course, if you listen to the video, I had to get my get backs immediately. But that's neither here nor there. See, the game has changed. Even back then, Vatos were doing some fucking gay shit like that. They were doing some weird shit like that. But best believe every one of those individuals that participated in that got disciplined. And a lot of them are no longer here with us just based on, I had nothing to do with it. I'm innocent. God, I'm innocent. But definitely little Toro being ran up on. I mean, he already understands the game. If you're going back into your neighborhood, if you're going back into your city where you're no longer welcome, that's man shit. Pulling up, doing whatever you feel like you have to do. But at the same time, there's going to be results and repercussions for your actions. You can't just wiggle through a neighborhood you're no longer welcomed in or you're no longer embraced and think everything's going to be cool and think because you have your kids in the car that no one's tripping. Because youngsters nowadays, individuals nowadays are not playing by the same rules that we were laced with. It's different now. It's not watered down. It's not none of that, Holmes. It's just people don't give a shit anymore. Them morals and them values that were instilled and you were indoctrinated with certain rules, it's went out the window, Holmes. Now it's survival of the fittest. It's dog eat dog world. It's all about clout and it's all about stripes and it's all about earning respect, putting in any type of work. I've seen individuals shoot women and speak high and mighty about themselves like they really did that, like they're really a gangster. When really, truth be told, you don't get nothing for that, man. You don't get brownie points or a fucking participation prize for that. You don't get a medal around your neck like Gervonta Davis. You don't get none of that, homie. What you get is laughed at by individuals who have really put in work back in the days. Now, this guy, Little Toro, being that we had beef, I don't even see it as a real beef. I see it as, the Vato was confused. He was going through some things that I didn't recognize. And we had to separate our willings and dealings just based upon that and based upon, like I said, circumstances. In life, man, people, everything is circumstances. Sometimes, it's good. It's all good in the hood. And sometimes it just ain't. And it just wasn't. Now, of course, he decided to, make a video, go in on me. I retaliated. That's back in the days, man, when I felt that the verbal assault was merited, was warranted, was worth it. I don't think that way nowadays. I don't wish bad upon no one. I don't know this guy's charges to be true. I don't know if he's a fucking chomo. I don't know if back in the days he got caught up in a situation, man, that's very unsavory. I don't know. All I know for sure, the facts is I know what I read. I know what I seen, what was brought to my plate. And all that made me do was distance myself from that dude. But at the same time, his children and a man's life is not worth the drama just because people think. A lot of these individuals that are going to run up on you if you're a dropout or you're no good is because they've heard it from secondhand information. They don't really know it to be true, Holmes. They just have went by what people say. For all they know, Holmes, I could be bullshitting. For all they know, a lot of individuals could be bullshitting. And this guy could be all good. The last thing I heard, he was walking correctly on yard. So I don't know his situation. I don't know exactly if the Vault's deemed all bad or not. Now, of course, he did J-Cat out a little bit. He did lose his mente and his mind, according to what I seen. But that doesn't make a motherfucker all bad. I got a lot of homeboys that done lost their mind and went crazy. And it doesn't mean they're all bad. It just means they need help, pumps. And it's up to us as gente and people to help individuals when we see them down instead of stepping all over them. Now, I know he's done videos where he felt that I walked all over him or that I utilized him for one reason or another. But that was never the case, man. I thought we were friends at one point. I thought everything was cool. And when I seen things that I just, I couldn't be cool with, I had to back on up like a crawdad. And that's cool, man. What was to be expected? I would feel if it was the same thing with me, I would expect him to do the same thing. And I wouldn't be mad at him for it. I would just say, okay, homie, I see you. But the situation of him getting ran up on with his children, you can't blame anyone but the parent. Let's just be real here. In a lot of situations, and you'll know this to be true, people will be like, hey, don't hang around at school with them bad kids. Shit, you're one of them bad kids. I remember I used to tell my headfather, but I'm the bad kid. I was the one influencing the bad shit. But I played it off, I played it off smooth. No one's kid is ever the bad one. And it's all on the parent. It's what you do is a reflection of the parent. But when children are young, homes, and can't fend for themselves, can't speak up, and they're not of that age to defend themselves, or what children can, but to at least know what's going on, man. Whatever situation you put them in is going to reflect bad upon you. So with this guy doing this video talking about, hey, you guys ran up on me, this, and that, Holmes, you got to count your blessings. It's many blessings that you were able to get away. It's many blessings that these individuals let you cruise away, or I don't know the circumstances of the situation. I wasn't the fucking mosquito right there on his windshield, all splattered on there. But one thing I do know for sure is it's a blessing that he was able to get out of that situation with his children. When you're going back to treacherous and dangerous neighborhoods. I know Vacaville, man, that's a grimy city, you know. No disrespect to Vacas, but in Vacaville, homie, motherfuckers will regulate. Motherfuckers don't play. It's really gangbanging there. It's really grimy. It's really meth. It's really streets. It's really death. That's facts. And when you're from that situation and you choose to go back into that situation with your children, what do you expect? You know, Vatos are already searching. Vatos are looking. When you're dropped out of a gang, man, and this is what I don't understand with people. You know, you see a lot of people make YouTube comments and say things about, hey, you're not welcome back in your own hood. Well, of course, Bob. Also, of course, he's not welcome back in his own hood. You ain't got to tell him that. He should already know that. Motherfuckers have already participated at a level and to a degree within this shit, homes, to understand what it is and what it isn't. You know, you're not giving anyone a news flash. This ain't fucking bingo, Holmes. You're not winning a consolation prize for telling something he should already know. You know, this guy should know that. And I'm sure he does. And now when he reflects back on it, you can't blame no one but yourself. But the game is different. You know, we're back in our days. We can go back, homie, and it was all good. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker had a problem, you jump up off the car and knuckle it up. Holmes, handle your business. But it's different now. Nowadays, it's shoot first. Don't even ask questions later. Just fucking shoot. That's how they're getting down, man. The game is definitely switched up. You know, this is the future, homie. You know, for 45 years, man, I've been living. And for 45 years, I've known the game to be one way and then take twists and turns and be a whole nother. You know, what we're experiencing now in this area, in this era of gangbang, man, is totally different. Now you're seeing people beef on the internet. You're seeing social media being utilized to find out the whereabouts of people. You're seeing people being hit up just based on what other people said. He said, she said, and people not even doing their proper due diligence and investigation to really know what the fuck it is and what time it is. Now, when it comes to Little Toro, there's been a lot of different situations, a lot of different question marks on his name. You know, and I think pretty much everything that he's done, he's put on his own plate, just like myself. Anything and any repercussion that I get is what things that I basically asked for, things that I've put out there. You can't fucking blame anyone else, Humps. Only blame yourself as a man. You know, every man walks in his own shoes, Humps. And if you let someone else fucking use them, then you're going to get athlete's feet. I said that's on you. And then your fucking patas are going to smell worse than toros. Let me tell you straight up what it is. This vato, getting ran up on, it's never a good look. And the guys who ran up on him, of course, like I said, they get no brownie points. They're not gangsters. It's not something you're going to go brag. Hey, guess what? We almost caught that fool slipping, homie. Hell yeah, we put the pistol to him, homie. Or we ran up on him and he had his kids, homie. Fuck it. We don't give a fuck. Anybody can get CBK every day, all day to the day I die. All right. That's cool, Humps. Until you go in there and then it's fucking, the shoe was on the other foot and you're getting up your fucking asshole, Humps. Then it's ugly, right? Then it's a bad situation. No one wins in something like that. You know, but you also have to be aware that them are the type of things that are happening now. So for this guy to be ran up on with his children, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But don't let this be a reflection on what real gangsters are doing, because they're not really doing it like that, man. These are individuals that probably just seen him, then seen that he had kids in the car, and then backed on up like crawdads and decided, okay, if for no other reason, our bad, Holmes, we'll catch you at another time. Let me tell you a quick little story. I was in Levos. I don't know if you guys understand what Levos is. That's Livingston, right? The 209 area, Merced County. One of the most vicious little cities, little towns that I've ever been a part of or ever been in. And I lived in Levos for a while. Roach infested ass fucking, these Indios, they had fucking some apartments. So that's scared the roaches used to fall out of the sky. I used to have to do this. Real ghetto shit, right? But $300 of rent, second, you can't lose. 2-bedroom for $300. Yes, facts, right? I'm not firing it up. But I used to have to wiggle through that city, and I already knew, you know, I was non-active. I already knew the way some people would feel about me, but I thought I was smooth. I thought I could get by. Not a lot of people knew me, and if I did happen to run into somebody that did, then I would just take my chances and get off where I was mad at. You know, I already knew what it was. You know, the way I looked at it in life was, I have to live, Humps. You know, I have to take care of my child. I have to do what I have to do. So I was going to have to go where I had to go, you know, and I needed some fucking toilet paper and some Clorox. So we went to this little Indian store. And I remember I ran into some norteños there, active, and they hit me up. And, you know, I told my lady that was with me at the time with my kids, I said, hey, get up out of here. You know, it's about to get icky and tricky. And then I remember thinking, damn, I got to think of something. I got to get the fuck up out of here, or I got a flight. There was about 4 of these cats, and they were youngsters though. So I knew I could fucking hit their mind. So I remember telling them, hey, homie, you know what I mean? What are you guys doing? You know, running up on Vato with his kids and shit. You already know what time it is. If you know what time it is with me, homie, get at me when it's just me. I was praying to death that it would work out, right? I mean, it did. They were like, all right, you're right. I see you're right. We got you. They said, and I say, yes. All right, we got you, we got you. And of course, you know, there were other situations where they got me or I got them. But that's just it. You know, I'm not here to brag and say these vatos weren't about their program, because they actually were. That was real gangster shit for them to understand that. And so I was happy, hey, bye-bye, right? No running. I walked up out of that motherfucker, grabbed the stroller and pushed, and prayed to the heavens that they had let me. But at the same time, I understand by me even being in the area and taking my kids and thinking that I could wiggle like that in a gang-infested, well-known, active neighborhood, I should have known better, right? Because I had a homeboy that tried to wiggle through that same neighborhood and got bopped, homie, and I went to his funeral. It was ugly. They told him, homie, don't be walking through here. You're non-active. He walked through there. They killed him. Facts. I don't know who did it, but let's just say it got done. So it could have been me that day. So anyways, with little Toro in this situation, you know, I feel bad. I feel bad for his children, not necessarily the man, because like I said, you know, for a parent's transgressions, the child will be punished. You know, whatever he's going through in life, I wish him the best, man. I don't know his situation. Like I said, I could only hope, man, as a human being, that he prospers and that he gets everything he wants and that his family's secure and safe, and that he makes the right choices and the right moves, which according to what he says he's got going on. When it comes to his babies, his kids, I met his children, you know, not the newborn. I haven't been around like that, but I met his other two children and they were babies, man. And I remember seeing them run around the house and you know, so I feel some type of way, you know. If you never blame the kids, Holmes, because of a parent, because I don't get along. If I don't get along with you, Holmes, doesn't mean I hate your kids. Holmes, doesn't mean I hate your fucking baby mama or your mother. You know, I'm not like that. It's just me and you got a situation to fucking handle. We'll do that whenever the time is right and it presents itself. But I ain't looking for drama or trouble. I'm sure that little Toro wasn't. But he made this video talking about, oh, these dudes ran up on me. Basically a ha-ha moment. Like, you didn't get me, homie. You motherfuckers, you guys are suckers and cowards. And nah. That's not necessarily the case, homie. You know what I mean? They let you get away. You walked away whole, homie. As a man, count your blessings, homies, and push on from that. Anyways, with that being said, yes, little Toro was ran up on allegedly. And I'm not sure if it was by active Norteños or who it was by. He says just some little riffraff gangbangers. And of course, man, and I hate that shit too. When someone drops out or someone's no longer in good standings, then all of a sudden all these gangsters are riffraff and punks and suckers, huh? Those are the same homeboys you used to function with and rock with, homies. What makes them punks and riffraff and all this and that all of a sudden when you're not good, homie? You know, stand on your own 10, homeboy. Recognize and understand like I do, you know, just because I'm no longer part of a situation doesn't mean everybody's fucking in that same level. Doesn't mean everyone's a punk or anyone's a sucker, man. Fuck that, homie. I know better not to disrespect the individuals I know will bop your ass. That's facts. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember at the end of the day, it's all about the strive to struggle and the struggle to strive. We're going to continue to do what we do, man. As far as little Toro goes in his program, I hope many blessings that he's able to wiggle and do his thing. As far as his kids, hey man, I praise that, you know, that nothing happened to them, because there's been so many situations where the child, you know, comes up short and the parents going to sit there and talk about it. Ugly situation. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to do mine, so do yours, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good Sunday. Go Raiders! Facts.